Hello, Conrad from Lumpology.com, and welcome to another BGE tutorial. Today we're going to be covering how to give your games texture pack support as well as modding support. So two things in one video. Hopefully this should make up for all the time I've spent not making videos. I'm terribly sorry. I haven't been well, and there's just been stuff getting in the way. Anyways, yeah. So here it is. So let's start by opening a Blender. So so I'm using the new version of Blender, 2.77, and so I'm going to press A twice, and then using X delete everything in the scene. I'm going to hit Shift A, and I'm going to add in a new cube, because I don't like the default cube. And anyways, so yeah, now I'm going to switch from Blender Render to Blender Game. I'm going to bring up this panel at the bottom, and I'm going to go to the logic editor. So yeah, that is the logic editor. Now we're going to drag open the side panel here and get the UV image editor. So this should, do that. Okay, so now that we've got the UV image editor open, what we are going to do is we are going to open, never mind, cancel. I'm going to be right back, 1 second. Right there. Okay, sorry, I just had to close the door of my room. That's okay, that's my studio. Anyways, so the logic editor, let's see. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Sorry, I need to process a little. Okay, so drag open the side panel here. We're gonna drag open a new panel. Nope, we're going to drag open a new panel down here. I need to eliminate all use space as I can. So it's a text editor, and this should do it. I'm going to tap N, because we don't need the properties panel for this, and T, because we won't need the tools panel, or maybe we will. No, we won't. I don't think so, at least. Anyways, let's get going. So we're going to start by implementing some logic to make your cube work. So let's see. Okay, so we're going to just have keyboard sensor, and it's going to be, we're going to have 2 keyboard sensors. You can click, one thing you can do is press Shift A, S, and then say K, so that it has like things up here. If I tap and press G or R, it'll go to Blender Render, or G will go to G. It doesn't always work, but anyways, that's pretty cool. And so in keyboard 1, I'm just going to tap positive, and I'm going to tap left arrow. And this is going to be positive also, and I'm going to tap the right arrow. So there. And so I may as well name them so I can do it. So left and right. Now I'm going to be switching to a new laptop soon. That is part of why these tutorials haven't been coming out. So we will have higher quality tutorials on a more powerful computer. So yeah, and I'm going to add 2 motion sensors. Yeah, so and I'm going to wire those in. Now I'm going to press 3 on the number pad. I'm going to press Shift and middle mouse button, and Shift and 8 on the 8 on the numpad. Yep, sorry. Shift S and cursor to center in case your cursor hasn't been aligned or you accidentally moved it. Shift A, and we're going to add a camera. Press Control Alt 0, and that'll just align the camera for this. Okay, so let's see. The cube is going to static physics is fine. So we're going to press Y, and then it's going to be positive Y for left. That's going to be minus Y, and right is positive Y. So here we go. P. There we go, that's all we need. Now it's got no textures, so what we're going to do, first things first, I need to say, if texture packs are going to work, internal data automatically back into blend file, you may not use. I will add a menu so you can so I can show you another way that isn't internal data in case you want things to not have texture pack support. So, yeah. So like so, let's continue. So, how should I put it? Okay, so we're gonna add material. It doesn't matter what material you have. I'm gonna make my material shadeless. Leave backface cutting on. Now, one thing I would do if you're doing texture pack support is go to Alpha Blend, so that way they can have see-through textures. To go to the textures panel, I have to click New, and we're just gonna open a new texture. I'm going to do my documents, Blender textures. Let's just visualize them with my textures. Let's see. My texture is going to be this cool leather. No, my logo texture. Yeah, totally. And I'm just going to select that, and let's say because it's my player. No. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Now now what you're going to want to do is save. Save it to a location. So I'm going to save it to my desktop as blend. That we have the .blend saved. So yeah. So now what we're going to do is what I would do is include the .blend in the file. So yeah. Blender textures there, copy it, and now what you do is you paste it maybe I'd right click in a new folder, and I'd say texture pack, and we're gonna double click this, and we're gonna paste the texture in there, and yeah. So now we're gonna reselect it. So image, open image. My bad. We're going to go to desktop, texture pack, take the texture here, and so now we have a new file path. So it's this file path that determines how it works, and so how many bytes and stuff we've got down here. So this is very good stuff. Now tab, and I'm just going to project from view bounds. Let's go from texture, go to texture view, and I got a quick little thing here. I'm going to detect stateless actually, and Shift A had a lamp. It's going to be sun lamp. I'm going to move it this way. Okay, good. Perfect. Bingo. Okay, so this is basic texture pack support. Now, I believe it doesn't always work. Sometimes you have to render the game for it to work. But if if I'm going to grab, per se, this, and I will copy it. I'm going to go to the desktop, go to texture pack, and I'm going to paste it in here. Now this will have to be renamed to Lumpology logo, and then this used to be no. Lumpology logo. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Yes, and this is going to be renamed Lumpology logo. .png, and the backspace was in caps, so .png. Done. Now I'm going to try again. File. There. Okay, this won't work until it's actually rendered, but I'll give a demonstration afterwards of what it looks like rendered. So yeah, that's how you would per se change the texture in the texture pack. Now I'm going to actually delete this for the purposes of this video. Go into my recycling bin and restore this item. Okay, so there we go. Oops, my bad. File, and we're going to hit save. So now that we have that done, we're going to input mod export. Now, I would go to, no, it doesn't matter, Shift A, and we're going to add an empty. It's going to be a plain axis. And on this empty, we're going to say open text block. I'm going to go to my documents, Blender, and my codecs, and I'm going to find save load system, which, no, that's the wrong one. Loadmod.py, you can find it in the description below. I'm going to import it, and this is just basic code. And so we got mod.blend down here. Now you could rename the file extension to like mod.exe if you have something else, and you can change the path which it goes using expand path brackets here. So yeah, and we're going to look for mod and an empty object. So yeah, so basic code. I would suggest maybe writing this down on something. So yeah, very, very simple. So yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to hit on the empty, with the empty selected, we're going to hit always sensor, positive, and we're going to add a Python controller. and then we're going to move this over into it and select loadmod.py. So yeah, and then that's how that's going to work. Now you can make multiple objects using different scripts and stuff, so yeah, this will work pretty cool. We're going to hit File, Save, and that should work. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to exit this. We're going to start a new .blend up, and in the new .blend folder, we're going to select all, delete it, and go to Blender Game, Shift A, and we're going to add a cube. Now this physics can be imported, so our cube is going to be a character. And now we're going to add a logic editor. No, our cube will just be a no collision, it doesn't matter. Yeah. And I will demonstrate what you want to do if you want a texture to not be baked using this. So, using not be texture pack supported. So this, we'd say open image. I'm going to grab an image from my textures panel. We're going to have this thing here. And here, new material. This is going to be a shadeless object, though you can import like lights and stuff. Anyway, it's going to be called mod with capital M. Yeah, and new texture. We're going to select the texture, tab U, unwrap, tab out, and that should do the trick for us for these purposes. Now, file, save it as we'll in the same folder as tut, which is our current .blend file, unless stated otherwise by the expand path. And we're just going to call it mod.blend. Save. So with mod.blend out, we're just going to confirm that that is the correct name. It says so here, right here. So this is how you can change the name if you like, and if you rename the file extension, you can make your mod something like exe, and so mod.exe. And one thing that I highly suggest doing is going to organize folder search options. It's different in Windows 10. In fact, it's a lot easier in Windows 10 and stuff like that. And enabling file extensions. So this you see hide it'll be checked. Hide extensions for known types. Just decheck that and hit apply. And so yeah, that's how it runs. And now I would rename to encrypt your mod. I would rename it to like mod dot something like, I prefer to use like exe. Let's do that. And notice you can't run it because it's an exe. And now I would just say to your mod import script mod.exe file. I'm going to save that. You may notice this cube has now. So this is using a technique called libload, which I learned from Blender Group BGE tutorials SLR. I've forgotten them. What they're called. They're called something interesting. Anyway, so that is texture pack support and modding support. Now, I said I would show you what I was talking about. I'm going to delete that. Yes. If I rename this blend, yes, and I'm having a few malfunctions here. It'll be over quick. And I want the texture to say, click this button here and say pack as a PNG, and now it will pack the image, and it no longer has texture pack support. So yeah. And then every texture for each item that you have texture pack support on, put it in the make a texture packs folder, put all the textures in it, apply all the textures from this folder, and then render your game. I would use one of my previous tutorials on how to get rid of the GPL license and change the icon of your thing. So I hope this was helpful. So I'm pretty sure you all know there's a new system for rendering your video. I don't use it actually. But if you want to do platforming, you can use this publishing info button. I'm sure there's a tutorial out there. I might make one sometime on how to use it. It's very complicated because I only use Windows and stuff. It's not actually all that complicated, but I just say that. Anyways, and I would just use export save as game engine runtime. Don't use export as standalone from if you watched from my previous videos. It does not work. But anyways, I hope this helps. Remember to save your work and comment if you have any problems. And I would like you to choose the next tutorial for me. Just comment down below, and don't forget to leave a like or even subscribe so you can see more content like this. And check out my other channel, the Lump Club, and yeah. So yeah. Okay. So this is Coach Hardy. I hope you have enjoyed the tutorial, and goodbye.